I got married when I was 26 years old. It was an arranged marriage. My parents had chosen my husband after seeing his good job and his family background. He was the only son in his family, and his parents had given him everything: money, a house, gold, and respect in society. Everyone told me I was lucky because I was getting a well-settled husband. After the wedding, we lived separately for a while because he was working abroad. Within 6 months, I also joined him there. At first, everything looked beautiful. I was happy to start a new life in a new country. Soon, I got a good job as well, so we both were working and earning well. At the beginning, I noticed that my husband was very friendly and social. He had a lot of friends and he liked to spend time with them. I thought it was common for people who grew up with no financial struggles. He had never faced hardship, so maybe that's why he enjoyed life without thinking much about responsibilities. I didn't complain because I thought he would slowly change and become more mature. But days turned into months, and he did not change. He was always chatting with people on his phone. He was always laughing and typing messages, even late at night. Whenever I asked him who he was talking to, he would casually say, "Just friends." At first I believed him. I told myself it was okay. Maybe he was just open and friendly with everyone. But slowly, I realized most of his conversations were with girls. He would hide the screen when I came near. I warned him many times. I told him, "You are married now. You should be careful with how you talk to other women." But he always laughed and said, "You are overthinking. It's common. Everyone chats with friends these days." I tried to trust him, but inside, I was feeling hurt. I had left my family, my country, and everything behind to come and live with him. I wanted his time, his love, and his attention. Instead, I felt lonely even when he was beside me. Months passed like this. Our daily routine was simple. We went to work, came back home, but instead of spending time together, he went out with his friends or kept chatting online. I started feeling invisible in his life. Then one day, I discovered the truth. While he was in the shower, his phone rang. I checked the notification. It was a message from a girl. The words were not normal, friendly words. They were intimate, personal, the kind only shared between lovers. I opened the chat, and I saw months of conversations filled with emotions and affection that was supposed to be mine. Tears rolled down my face. I felt betrayed. When he came out, I couldn't control myself. I showed him the phone and asked, "What is this? Who is she? Why are you doing this to me?" At first he tried to deny it. Then he said, "It's just chatting, nothing else." You are making a big issue out of nothing. For him, it was all common. He thought having relationships outside marriage, even if only through chatting, was normal. That night I couldn't sleep. I kept thinking about how different we were. For me, marriage was a bond of trust and loyalty. For him, marriage was just a status, while he continued living like a bachelor. He had no responsibilities because his parents had always given him everything. He didn't know the value of commitment because he never had to struggle for anything in life. In the days that followed, I tried again to talk to him. I told him, "If you continue like this, our marriage will not survive. I cannot live with a man who disrespects me." He didn't change. Sometimes he promised me he would stop chatting with other girls, but the next day I would see him doing the same thing again. My parents thought I was happily married in a foreign country, but the reality was different. I was broken inside. I couldn't even share my pain with them because I didn't want them to worry. I realized I couldn't force someone to love me or to respect me. That has to come naturally. One evening, when he was going out with his friends again, I asked him one last time, "Do you want this marriage or not? Because I cannot live like a stranger in my own house." He looked at me casually and said, "Why are you so dramatic? If you want, stay. If you don't want, leave." That answer was enough for me. In that one line, I understood where I stood in his life. He didn't value me. For him, I was just another part of his comfortable life. That night, I decided I would no longer cry for someone who didn't care. My tears, my loyalty, and my love were too precious to waste. Marriage is supposed to be built on love, trust, and respect. If those are missing, then there is no meaning in living together.